Hey guys, welcome back. This is JJ. Today I have another 1:18 scaled die-cast model cars to show you guys. As you can see, this is a Shelby Cobra 427 semi-competition. So this is by Shelby Collectible, and it is not just any model car by Shelby Collectible. This is actually one of 500 that has been hand-signed by Carroll Shelby himself on the bonnet, as you can see. So it is quite rare, especially in this metallic blue with the white racing stripe version as well. So it kind of add more value to the actual model. I actually bought this car from brand new quite a long time ago now. I can't exactly when or what year I have purchased this model, but when I first saw it available, I just thought I need to add this model to my collections. I actually have two different models by Shelby Collectibles that also have Carroll Shelby's hand signature on the bonnet. So if you want to see the second one, I will be able to record a new video on the second model as well. But today we are just going to focus on the Shelby Cobra 427 SC. So the SC is actually stand for semi-competition. The Shelby Cobra actually have got quite different versions, mainly from Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3 onwards. So this one is the Mark 3, and they call it the AC Cobra 427. So with the newer model, the newer car also have a wider fender, as you can see, and it also has a larger radiator opening at the front. The car is actually powered by a side oiler, a Ford 7-liter FE engine, which is also equipped with a single 4-barreled 780 CFM carburetor rated at 425 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 651 nanometer of torque at 3,700 RPM of the torque, which provide a top speed of 164 miles per hour as well, and that's in the standard model. So with the slightly more powerful SC version, which is this one, the semi-competition, the top speed of this car is 185 miles per hour. So as you can see, this is one of the most powerful AC Cobra 427. So that makes this car even more special than any other Mark version of the Cobra. And in this specific model, it is special because it's not by any other model car manufacturer. This is specifically made for Shelby Collectibles. So I believe any money that goes into the model is going to go into the Carroll Shelby Foundation. And I'm quite lucky to be one of the 500 owner of this Cobra 427 that features Carroll Shelby's hand signature on the bonnet, which is why, as I mentioned earlier, I've never once cleaned or polished this model. I just left it on my display case. I just looked at it from time to time. I don't really touch or play with it because I don't want to accidentally ruin the signature on the bonnet. So as you can see, the model car has a really nice dark blue metallic paint. You can see the glitter glowing from the underside as well. And somehow through the LED light, you also see the car in a purple blue color as well, which I think it looks really cool. In my display cabinet with the LED light, it normally only show a dark blue metallic glittering effect, but here somehow it showed a bit of purple as well, which is a bonus. So let me show you guys the paperwork that comes with the model car. So you have this certificate, which is a semi hard cardboard material. It is by was certified by Diecast Legends. As you can see the writing at the top, Certificate of Authenticity, Ground Free Legends, Diecast Legends at the top, and the writing show this is to confirm that the item accompanying this certificate is a limited edition Carroll Shelby signed 1/18 Shelby Cobra 427 semi-competition, and this model is limited to 500 examples, and you can see it has been signed at the bottom as well. So it is quite important to keep this certificate with the model car, just to certify that this is one of the 500 available that has been hand signed by Carroll Shelby himself. So I hope you guys have had a good look of the AC Cobra 427. So in a minute I am going to stop the spinning top, and I will take the car away from the spinning top, and then we can have a better look at the model car. So let's do it. Okay, so I think first of all I will show you guys the hand signature, which is right on the racing white stripes. You can see it's Carroll Shelby. I'm glad the signature is still showing very clearly. So hopefully it's not gonna wear out or fade over time. I do worry that sometimes, but it should be okay. I don't want to spray a protective layer like a clear coat on top in case I ruin the signature. It looks like the signature is done with a Sharpie, so I don't even want to touch it, just in case like the rubber glove would rub off the signature. So I'll try to be as careful as I can. So let's take a look at the underside. So there's actually quite a lot to look at. So this model is made in China, and it looks like 05. So maybe this model was made in 2005, and the fact that the arrow is pointing at 6, so I could only assume it was manufactured in 2005 in June. So that's a good 18 years ago, if my assumption is correct. So further at the back you can see the molding showing Shelby Cobra 427 semi-competition, made by Shelby Collectible Inc. So that's quite a lot of details on the underside. You can see the front suspension arms and all that. You can see part of the radiator. You can see the engine, the cam belt in the middle, and the skid plate, and then on both sides you have the very shiny exhaust, and then you have the transmission, the drive shaft, and then the differential box, and the rear axle, and the rear suspension arm. It's pretty cool. So let's take a look at the front. Straight away you can see through the main opening, which is quite amazing. You can see there are two radiator fans and some pipe work, and also the radiator itself as well. And there's some orange parts inside, which I believe is part of the front suspension, so you can see it from the underside as well. It's really cool. And then from the tip of the bonnet you can see the white racing stripes, and then the signature, there's an air scoop in the middle as well. So the logo itself is quite nice. You can see the Cobra writing and the Cobra logo. It looks very, very detailed. Headlamp is pretty nice as well. The glass surface has the texture on it, and you can semi-see through to the light itself. The indicator is quite nice as well. It has a chrome surrounding around the indicator, and then there's a few openings at the front. It's pretty cool. Now let's take a look at the side. So this one you can see has got the flare wheel arches compared to the Mark 1 or Mark 2. So it looks more muscular. Now looking at the side, you can see the tire. It does have the tire tread, and the tire wall is printed Goodyear. The rim itself is chrome color with the gunmetal black spokes and the gold color locking nuts. It's pretty cool, and it doesn't have any suspension trouble, but it does rotate, and it has steering which connect to the console or interior steering wheel. So as I mentioned earlier, the paint looks dark blue and dark purple color with the glittering from the underside. And then you have the side vent, which is also chrome in color, and above it you can see the 427 badge, which looks quite cool. I can see there's some other writing in between the red and blue lines, but I just can't see it. Let me try and zoom in. I think it said Cobra in between the red and blue lines. 427 Cobra. Pretty cool. And then carry on from the side, you obviously have the driver door, and at the bottom you have the chrome exhaust. It's quite nice. And then the really wide flare wheel arches for the rear wheel, and just like the front wheels, the tire has got tread pattern. It's printed with the Goodyear logo, chrome wheels with gunmetal spokes and the gold locking nut, and the rear wheel has negative offset, so it's tip dish compared to the front one. And then to the rear end you can see the brake light and the side indicator. They're both done really nicely. It has the chrome surrounding as well. And then you have these two chrome pieces. Quite nice. And then you have the chrome bracket or number plate bracket that show Cobra, and you have the trunk locking mechanism there, and then another Cobra logo in the middle, and you have your indicator and brake light again, and then here you have the fuel filler cap as well, which is also chrome. Very nice. And then on the other side is exactly the same as the left hand side, so you can see the wider and higher profiled rear tire compared to the front, the chrome exhaust, the side vent, and the 427 Cobra logo. Now coming back to the front, you can see there are two bonnet locking mechanisms as well. They're in chrome. And then on the driver's side you also have the rear view mirror, which is pretty cool, and it does have a shiny sticker on the other side. And the windshield is chromed. It has a clear windshield, and there's also two chromed color windscreen wiper, and on each side of the main windscreen you also have the small wind deflector as well. It's pretty cool. And you also have the bracket behind the driver's seat in case if you were in an accident, if the car flipped upside down, then that chrome crash bar will protect your head from crashing into the ground. And behind the windscreen you can see the sun shield as well, which has been folded up. I don't think you could fold it. It looks like it's been molded as part of the windscreen frame. Now the interior is pretty cool. You can see the two seats. These are soft rubber seats. They are flexible. It's quite cool. And then you can see the red fire extinguisher, the gear shifter, the steering wheel, and right at the back I think that is the batteries for the car as well. And I don't know what those two canister are. I have no idea what they are. So if you know, let me know in the comment box. So let's take a look at the inside of the cockpit. So you can see there's a handbrake lever as well, and there is another chromed centerpiece. I'm not entirely sure what that is for. Might be an ashtray. And then on the dash you can see all the gauges and the dials, and the steering wheel is chromed with the actual wheel in a brown color, which is supposed to be the wood pattern. And then in the middle of the steering wheel you can see the Cobra logo again. And on the door you can see there's some details on it, apart from just a piece of flat black panel. There's a bit of silver highlight, and it's the same on both sides. It's pretty cool. So let's take a look at the driver side door and the passenger door. So these are quite new. I don't normally open them, so there's a lot of resistance in them. It has the fairly basic hinge mechanism, and from here you will be able to see the paddles as well right at the bottom, and that's also in chrome color. It's pretty neat. So let me close this again. Let's take a look at the rear trunk. So you literally just lift up the rear trunk and it stays. And the trunk is painted in a silver color, a metallic silver actually. It's quite shiny, and you can see the extension of the chrome rail all the way into the trunk. And then there's also some canister and hydraulic system inside as well. I presume they might be the hydraulic suspension. This looks pretty cool, quite detailed, and everywhere else is pretty flat. It's not bad. The fuel filler cap is just for decoration. You can't open it. Now, actually, there's one more piece I haven't shown you. In the middle of the dash, right at the top, you have the rear view mirror as well. You can see it better at this angle. It's pretty cool. Now, to open the engine bay, you need to pull on the handle and then just slightly pull the cover upwards. Again, this is with the simple hinge mechanism, and this doesn't have much resistance, so it doesn't stay. But you can see the engine inside, and right at the front you can see the radiator and the two cooling fans, and then you have the air box, and then some piping, some cabling in the black color, and the main engine block is in chrome with the carburetor and some blue electric wiring, which looks quite cool from a distance. The engine goes all the way to the bottom, so right here you can see the manifold as well. So it linked all the way to the bottom, which connects to the side exhaust, and it is the same on this side. And you can see the steering column here as well in black, which connects the steering wheel in the cockpit to the front wheel. It's pretty cool. It's quite a lot of details in this model. But the main highlight of this model is the Carroll Shelby hand-signed signature. It does look really good, especially if you're looking at the model from the front, where you see through the front air scoop straight into the radiator and the cooling fans. It's very neat. And I forgot to point out earlier, so with the main headlamps, there's also a chrome surrounding finish on the side, which looks really good. It's a pretty neat model. quite detailed. Especially it has the Carroll Shelby's hand-signed signature on the bonnet, which I think it looks amazing. And I do like the look of the AC Cobra 427 semi-competition a lot. It looks very, very sporty, and what a classic muscle car. So that completes the full review. I hope you guys enjoyed the video of the Shelby Cobra 427 semi competition, and especially with the Carroll Shelby's hand signature on the bonnet and the official certificate of authenticity. It's limited to 500 examples. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave me a like if you enjoyed the video, or if you like this model. Let me know if you guys also have the same, so we would be the few of the 500 owners of this beautiful AC Cobra 427 semi-competition. So until the next video, take care, enjoy your model car collection or model building, be safe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.